the circuit. Okay. Hello folks and welcome back. We are off into the human comedy. As you can see, top of the screen we have the Cappuccino. Where are we going? Deep Forest. We have yet to actually put a time in on Deep Forest, I believe. We might have done it a little bit earlier. I think we might have the F40. Let's have a look. On the ranking boards, yes, we have the F40 there. Look, big poppers there in the Cappuccino, 39 laps. We've got the F40 92. So big poppers up there. What we're looking at in the top 10 stars. You've got to have really 40 laps to get on the top 10 stars now. Mr. Maguire's in there, Mr. Sphinx is in there. There's actually somebody on 41 laps. That's absolutely stunning. Let's have a look at the car. So medium tyres is where we're going to go. We've got a PP of 580 and I believe it's something like a 620 target on this one. We're actually, if you would like to go through the setup, I'm just going to make some little changes, I think. High RPM turbocharger. I think I want to drop these out. We'll just have to see where we go. Look at that, the PP doesn't change, so that's what I'm going to run. So let's just run through the setup then, folks. Medium tyres, customizable suspension. You can freeze this, copy it down as you see fit. Differential gear, fully customizable. There you can see the changes. Downforce on the rear at 300. I'm wondering whether we need to push that through. No, I'm going to leave that at 300, maximum downforce. No, going to change that to 265. I know it's 265, but we're going to do that from... We're going to do that from not auto polish, Kyoto. Output 100, power restrict to 100, transmission at 320. You can see the gear changes there. Freeze the screen. Normal turbocharger, and you're asking why I'm keeping the normal turbocharger. Well, it's all about fuel. If we chose the high RPM turbocharger, 582. Normal, 581.93. There's not a lot in it. Look at the torque curve. Normal takes us to 339 on the BHP. High gives us a little boost up there at round about 7,000 RPM, taking us to 418. Well, I'm running it shy of that because I want to save the fuel, and I think it's going to have enough, folks. I generally think it's a light enough, fast enough car with plenty of fuel, and I'll be able to torque that fuel curve up. So air cleaner normal, silencer normal, exhaust manifold normal, brakes carbon, racing pads. We've got the brake controller all the way back to try and take the pressure off the fronts. Racing clutch flywheel, and then we've got engine balance tuning, polish ports installed, all of the weight reductions and the body rigidity. Don't forget, this is an engine swap Cappuccino, which is going to be all the better tomorrow when you all get your engine swaps. Let's have a look at the settings for assists. Traction control 1, default ABS. We are running manual gearbox. And down the bottom here you'll see ASM on and counter steer on strong. We're going to need all of that. Controller settings, open button configuration. Even though it doesn't really matter, there are 3 or 4 types you can choose. That's one we've done, and we've changed the nitrous even though we're not using it. Force feedback max torque 5 and force feedback sensitivity 6. Right, we've looked at where we got to go. We know we need 40 laps. We could possibly do 41. Let's see where we go. Let's crack on. So here we go. Fuel map down to FM6. While I just die. Excuse me. And we got to find the braking point, which is going to be that 250 sign, I think, on the top of the hill. We really need to be able to get 40 laps out of this. We don't want to stop for fuel. It's the worst penalty in the world, stopping for fuel here. Going to bully our way through the traffic. Our weakest link, knowing that we've got fuel, is tyres. It's a long pit entry. It's a slow fill for fuel, but to take tyres ain't so bad. So we can do 15-15 if we like, and then finish with 10 laps on good tyres. We can do 3 stops on 10-10-10-10. Don't really want to use first gear around that corner, it makes you slide massively. I need to run a wider line there. I just don't trust my braking point at this moment in time. There's no 6th gear. Braking on the crest. So we're in 2nd place, chasing down Mr. Inostroza. See if we can catch him by the end of the tunnel. Who's done the maths then? 40 laps. To get 40 laps, what lap time do you have to do? An hour divided by 40. It's a minute something. Was it a minute 40 per lap? No? It feels like it. Didn't quite make it to catch him by the end of the tunnel, but let's see if we can be in 1st place at some point. We've got plenty of fuel. Just now to see how long these tyres will go. I don't think the rears are going to last majorly long. Going to brake on the top of the hill. Fully away past Mr. Inostroza. We've now got front wing damage, which will give us some downforce issues at the front, but let's not worry. Quick short shift up. So how many laps if I'm doing, how many laps am I doing if I'm doing 1 minute 30 laps? 10 laps is 15 minutes. 1 minute 30 laps, that's no pit stops. Ten laps is 15 minutes. So we need to be doing somewhere in the region of 1 minute 26s, 27s. We've got a 2-second lead over Inostroza. That lap was a minute slower, was a second slower. 3 seconds off. This car is a handful. But we know we've got a couple of laps of fuel in this. So I'm gonna, when we get to a comfortable place, I'm going to attempt to make that to fuel map 5. See if we can try and get some lap time down and try and get that fuel going where it needs to go. thanks to the power to the wheels. .7 seconds ahead. I don't know if we've got time we can burn at this point. I know to be able to settle race laps and leads, etc., you've got to really be going some. So 1:32.3. See how we can go. So we're 7 seconds ahead of Mr. Vinastroza now. Not forgetting he's going to pit on lap 10. I don't know what he's going to do now we're so far ahead, to be honest, but Mr. Breyer there in third, Miazano in fourth. Just spot my braking spot. There it is. Back end of this car swings around under braking. It's tremendous. Yamanaka in 5th, Fernandez in 6th, Suswillo in 7th, and Mr. Brooks in 8th. We're on lap 5. I think there's a chance we can get these boys to lap 15. I think. 36 laps of fuel left. I overshot my braking marker. Nine seconds ahead. Looks like we're about to do 40.5 laps on the fuel. We can drop that back to 6 if we want to. Because don't forget, laps will get faster naturally because we're losing fuel. And we'll get better tyres again when we're down on fuel. So I think the 15.15 is going to be the good one. I don't think we'll get 20 laps out of the set. That last lap with a 31.2. Oh my. Second gear's the right corner. Ideally I'd like to get into the 30s. See where we go. Don't forget we've got a long way to go on this. We've got 2 or 3 races we can do with turbos, and we can put the old air filters back on, etc. I just don't know if we're going to hold this bad boy together the longer we go into the race. I don't want any penalties and stuff. Just have to see where we go. Big update tomorrow. Be great now that we can have the engine swaps and you guys can have a go at all this. There'll be loads of challenges for people to get into the old human comedy top 10s. Having engine swaps as a purchasable thing is going to be brilliant. All the parts available that you can go and purchase. It was a bit lame putting them in as prizes to win, because you just never win them. It's just so random. But with that, back in the earlier GT days, they used to be a purchasable part. So it's the right thing that they're doing. It was just a little bit stingy, I think. The last lap was a 1:13.992, so we need to try and take a bit of time off that. We're roughly halfway through the stint as we come to the end of lap 7. hoping to make these tyres lap 15 laps. I'm hoping I braked at the right point. The brakes, excuse me, the brakes on this are absolutely atrocious. Even though the best brakes you can buy, they are just shockingly bad. But we all know the brakes, the carbon brakes and the top of the range brakes are just no different, don't we? We know that. There's no point buying the carbon brakes. That last lap was almost a second slower. We just have to see where we go. Trying to get to 40 laps is going to be a push. Took me a long time to get this setup sorted for this car. When I originally started out, it was all over the shop. I couldn't get it to go round this left-hander at the bottom of the hill. We're 21 seconds ahead of Inostroza now, and I've got a funny feeling we're going to start to lap people fairly soon. Another 1:31.7. So I think we're going to be a lap short. Knowing that at this time, 39 is a good benchmark to put in. To get to 40 though, equal my best mates, would be really epic. We're going to start somewhere, and then we've got to try and find the superpower for the Cappuccino to get into the auto polish race. We'll take the S660 there in a couple of weeks' time, well, maybe fairly soon. We'll take the we'll get the old beat back out of the garage and dust that off. Because again, lots of people will get the engine swap for that bad boy. I feel like I've overshot this a wee bit, but let's see how we go. 25 seconds ahead of Mr. Inostroza. Done 2 consecutive 31.7s. .4. Back end's feeling a bit slidey, and the rear right is starting to look a bit cooked. But on lap 10 we expect Mr. Inostroza to go in at the end of this lap. He's gone in already, end of lap 9. He's been pushing hard, hasn't he? So he's going to only get to 38 maybe. 15 minutes will be up when we do the end of 10 laps, won't it? We've got 13 seconds to get to that, 30 seconds to get to that point. So we're definitely down on time, which we know because we're running 10 laps well slow. 2 seconds a lap probably. We'll be some 20 seconds down, I'd say. And there's the first car to lap. There's the 15-minute point gone. Hard tyres will run slower laps, but we just have to skip the pit stop, won't we? We're going to stop twice, so probably save some time, but I still think it'll be 39 laps. 31.7, we're back to the 31.7s. We're 49 seconds ahead of Mr. Breyer. We're just coming round to lap Mr. Mayer. I don't know how you say it. Forgive me. No offence meant. Mr. Van der Heuvel. I've not got my glasses on, I've just realised that. That's why I'm struggling to read. I'm not used to them yet. I've had them 4 weeks now and I'm just not used to wearing them all the time. I've got to get my head around that. So Mr. Fernandez goes to the pits. 53% of fuel. We're still on for 40 laps of fuel, that is. Mr. Lim in 18th place. We held the fastest lap of the race, a 1:39.92. I think that's going to be sitting there pretty. It was on lap 6, which confirms that is about your best. Oh my word, that was an interesting manoeuvre. Lap 6 is about your best lap for tyres. We're going to be a little slower than that because we had to check up at the fastest part of the race. Got naughty boy Neto. Here he is. In the rally car, not the road car. Or is it the touring car rather than the road car, which he was in at the last race? That was an interesting approach to that corner. Now I'm asking myself, can I get all the way to lap 20? 8 more laps on these tyres. If it wasn't for that rear right, I'd actually say yes. Need a faster lap this time round. You can't cheat it. You can't cheat the maths. The maths are what they are. We've made our way past 15th place and 14th place. Now we're chasing down 12th. Mr. Conomos and Mr. Portilla. Mr. Portilla is a Chilean, same as Mr. Inestrosa, reliably informed by members of the subscribership. Thank you folks for letting me know. I've asked the question a couple of times. Just let us pass, chaps. No delay, thank you. Doing okay. 1 minute 1 second ahead of Mr. Breyer. Halfway through lap 13. I'm hoping to slot in another 1:31.5. Good on fuel. Another 31.3, that's cool. And I braked too late. We're going to use more fuel braking like that. But I think we've got it. Stress on the engine and all that. I think we can push on for a one-stop. I just have to be a tad gentle. But if we can keep lapping like we have, one stop might be achievable. I think we're on here. He says. He thinks. Even if we get it to lap 19, end of lap 19 might do it. Who's this? Mr. Gallo. Hello, sir. How are you? I'll go to your left. In the Honda NSX. Happy days. You're going to catch me under braking? No. Another 1:31.4. I really need to be 2 seconds quicker a lap, I think. 2 seconds quicker a lap and make sure it's a one stop. Mr. Pounder in 10th. So we haven't got a time now, back to Brea. This is lap 15. Nice and regular lap times, but I feel I need to be pushing further. 1:12 back to Brea now. Just about to lap Mr. Beauvoir. Brea's gone to the pits. We're sliding that rear end, don't want to do that. That was an unnecessary change. Mr. Miazano picks up second place in the race now. Inostroza still working his way back through the field, back to fourth. 1:15 ahead. We'll have dropped a little bit of time there. Brea still in the pits, not taking fuel yet. 1:31.7, that's back on the clockwork. I'm happy with that. We'll know when the back tyre's ready to give up. That's Suswillow in the beautiful S15 Touring. I know lots of you will be looking forward to that. The S15 Touring engine swap. GTR engine in that bad boy. Tell you one engine swap I've never had, and it's the Porsche engines. I've got one which I put in a Beetle, which really isn't quite anything nice. But the Porsche engine swaps are what I'm looking forward to buying. Might have to run a league series based on engine swaps. That'd be interesting. Not really sure how this league's going to go. I'm just in the process. It's just finished compiling, actually. Compiling the first intro video, which is going to go live overnight. I'm going to upload that, and that'll be there visible before the game goes live at 6 AM. I'll make sure that does, and then this will compile overnight, and you'll see this probably mid-morning, lunchtime, if I'm at home to do it. A little, just inside the 1:31.7, and we braked a little late again. Don't want to put the pressure on that tyre. Managed to save that. We'll have lost a little bit of time, so let's make that up. Looks like we're going to make the one stop, folks. We only have to do 39 laps, don't forget, because we only just have to push the nose of the car into the 40th lap. So I don't know how close we're going to be. We don't have to run 40 complete laps. So if we're going to do 39 laps with a pit stop just for tyres, all of those times have got to add up. I still think 1:30s are going to be the lap time to hit to make that possible. But to do 1:31.7s, we're almost taking a minute off, and then we've got the pit stop to go in there. So, oh, don't do that. He was going to dive bomb me there, little swine. Still overtaking these back markers. think that's Cruz, isn't it? So we'll be overtaking Inestrosa next. .1:31.9. Lap 18. Tyres are feeling okay at the moment. They're just going to break free, aren't they? And I'm not going to get any sort of opportunity to react, I don't think. That rear right was just tweaking there. Who was that in front? That's Inestrosa. We're back with him already. Oh my, we're going to break the man. He's about to pit end of this lap. I want to try one more lap, end of 19. That'll mean we have to do 20 on the last set, on the next set of tyres. There's Miazano and Inestrosa together. I'm expecting Inestrosa to go in this lap. We're going to do one more. He didn't, he's carried on. He's getting 10 laps out of this stint. Gonna go round him. He's gonna feel properly broken. But we don't mind that, do we? Miazano gets out of the way. Total gentleman, that guy. 100%, and then I smack him in the door. Sorry, pal. I get a 2-second penalty for that. That's great, isn't it? Wow. It's track limits. I'm going to get another one there. Oh, shocking. I was thinking I was going to go another lap, but they're both back with me now. I think I'm going to take to the pits now. We're going to have exactly the right amount of fuel. Take those mediums, don't refuel. 20.8 laps. Inestrosa didn't come in, so he's going to unlap himself. I really don't know where we're going to be, whether we're going to be 39 laps or whether we've got to do 20 laps in 30 minutes. So we've got to do 1 minute 30 laps. We're out and away. It was only a 10-second stop at that point. We're not down to 7th, we're just lapping those in 7th. So Inestrosa's back up to 2nd, and he should be pitting next lap. So Mr. Suswillow just wanting to race us, just letting us know he's still a fighter. Here's the scene of the penalty. It's normally if we put grass on that right hand, if we put a tyre on that right hand grass, that's where we'll get the penalty there. Bit of a strange penalty, to be honest. But I think it's to stop you running the wall, because you can run the wall around the inside if you want to, but you'll get a penalty. So let's see how we go. I think we might back into the 39s, I think. I don't think we'll touch that. And there's Inestrosa to the pit. As we're just going to come round. Oh, we shot that wildly wild. Hadn't slowed the car down enough. Brooks has gone in. He's in the Alpha 155. We're a bit slow through here. But let's see how we go. 28.50 to go. Will this Cappuccino beat the F40 time? I've done it again. I'm going to get another 2-second penalty there for touching that grass. There it is. Not so much this time. That's a shame. That's starting to mess with my mojo now. It's unnecessary. Shouldn't be in that position. What I'm setting my targets on is getting Inostroza lapped again sooner rather than later. Let's not go wide here. There we go. Should be super light on fuel, and those penalties are just impeding our way to the end. Yamanaka's gone in, so ultimately that's another one less to overtake. Break at the crest of the hill. Here's Mr. Cruz. He wasn't too happy when we overtook him. Gallo's gone to the pits. I'm going to give it a bit of room here because I don't want to hook that inside tyre. The car was gripping a lot better there. It's because we got grip on the new tyres, isn't it? That's what it'll be. On lap 22, it says we've got 18.5 laps. So I'm going to give us a tweak up to 4. See what we can do. See how close we get. I feel I need to be faster. I generally know that, don't I? Yeah. I need to be sub 130 laps. Cruz has gone to the pits. Miazano is just in front of us there. He's a matter of seconds away from being lapped again. Inostroza's already been lapped because he's in the pits, but I want to catch him again. Let's see if Miazano will be as gentlemanly as he was last time. He's already run the outside of the corner. He doesn't need to do any more. He's slowing himself down tremendously just to allow us past. We nipped up the inside. That isn't so painful. Here we go. Cracking on. One stop on mediums. Easy money. It looks like purple sector. We've got half the fuel we came down there last time, and we're faster, so much faster that we blew the apex on that hairpin. So we're one lap up on everybody, and we're starting to lap everybody twice now. Mr. Mahi, a 1:34.06, so that's coming to somewhere where we need to be, but we need to get them down below the 1:34.06s. we need to be 129 something, so for the whole race. Don't forget, folks, you can do this tomorrow with your new engine swap that you're going to get, because you can just go and buy this engine. We had to cheat the game to get all these engines back in update 1.17. It's the best thing I ever did, though. Best thing I ever did. So enjoyed these engine swaps. I've hardly explored them as well, you know. They're all there to be had. .378 down. Just coming up to Mr. Conamos. We're going so much faster there, and the car struggles to slow down. Its exhausts are weird on that thing. Hopefully it's a sub 131 as we run off the circuit. 131.049, so almost a 30. We'd have probably had that second if we'd have made that hairpin. Very close to purple, stay off that grass. When I attempt this next, I think I need to bully my way past the AI to start the race, because I spent quite a bit of time overtaking them initially. So if we can get them out the way quicker, just 15 laps to go. There we go, that's better. You've got to brake at the right point, haven't you? I've been missing my braking point, I think. Tell you what I didn't do. I didn't oil change this bad boy yesterday, did I? All this morning. Oh my lord. Let's see how we go. 33.09. Need to find 0.3 of a second. Is that Mr. Cruz again? Can't be Mr. Cruz, surely not. It is Mr. Cruz. To be lapped the second time is because he's pitted himself into that position, hasn't he? He's pit stopped, so dropped down the field. He wasn't happy about me overtaking him last time. How are we looking for fuel? We're still good. Marginally. 13.5 would be 39.5. Probably need to drop it back down to 5, to be honest, just to give us a little bit of cushion. Am I pushing for 39 laps right now rather than 40? Maybe I am, but this is a bit of a, what's the phrase, Heath Robinson setup. It's my bodge up, it's my one that I made. I stole it from a Tokyo 600 setup, modified it to meet my own requirements. It was so twitchy, it was untrue. Once you put that setup with a decent set of tyres, it made the back end so rough. The car stands, it feels so high, it doesn't feel low to the track at all. But as soon as you lower the suspension, it stops playing games nicely. it really does start to mess around. It doesn't corner very well, it gets all jittery. I've had to really soften it up and make it, oh dear, something more drivable. Shouldn't be bouncing off that wall really. No damage, no penalty either, thankfully. Last lap with a 31.422, which is a bit of a shocker. But we're back on the purples on the FM5, which is good. .4 laps left, which will take us to 39, sorry. Ugh, don't think that sounds very good if we're going for 40 laps. Maybe we should have stayed on FM5 a little longer. Lamborghini of Mr. Healy, hello sir. She's swinging a bit under braking. Go around the outside. Happy days. How can a Cappuccino be faster than that? "17 minutes remaining. 18 minutes. I don't think we're going to make 39 laps, folks. I don't think we're going to do it. I don't think this video is going to make it. If we can't beat the F40, that's a shocker. We're still having to run 130, 129.999 laps. And if we can't do that, we're not going to make the end of this race. We're not too far from Inestrosa pitting again. We're not pitting again. We look like we're going to be alright actually for that 39th lap. We're about a minute, we're about 6 or 7 seconds inside that, only as long as we're running 130 laps, and I don't think we're going to do that. Purple on sector 1 in FM5, and that's because we're really low on fuel. Let's not hit the wall this time, folk. We're trying. We're properly letting it slide, and we shouldn't be. It's gone again. Learning to handle this car at low fuel levels is tricky. We're aiming to get back to the line before the 15 minutes is up. And we've got 9 laps to do in 15 minutes. Mr. Pounder, we've lapped back up to 10th for the second time. It's an absolute gem of a car. Even if I can get it to only do 39 laps, that'll equal my record. It'll get me up there. But it won't get me to the 40th lap, and I've got to take a second out of each lap. Well, we can take a turbo for more speed, we can put the air cleaner on, we can put the manifold on. I don't think we can hard tyres, no stop it. I don't think that'll be possible. We're having to run all the helps, which isn't something to be proud of. They're there to be used, I'm afraid. Mr. Van der Heuvel just going past you again for probably the 3rd time. Let's see where we are. That was the last lap, was a 1:31.217. So not particularly good. Quarter of a second down. I braked very softly for the start of the break in there. Not sure that was what we wanted. So, yeah, look at that. We're down into the... We've got 8 more laps to do. 13 minutes 44. If we're going to hit 39 laps of 1:31.0. That tyre's looking okay. We've got 9 laps left of fuel. I think we can step the pace up a bit with a bit of fuel map 4. I think at this moment in time we've got 1 lap of fuel in hand. If we're only going for 39 laps. Miazano's gone to the pit, so yeah, fuel map 4. Need to go through that gap, Jesus. Come on boys and girls. Miazano and Inestrosa have gone to the pits. So Inestrosa has not yet passed him. He's proper broken, his Inestrosa. I'm hoping to lap him again as we come round here. Miazano's taking fuel. Inestrosa will just bob his nose out of the pit lane as we come down here, I think. 1:31.1. Six laps is 10 minutes, isn't it? This is going to be tight. For me to do an extra lap, I'm going to have to take a second off a lap. Sorry, I'm going to have to take 2 seconds off a lap. So I need to be 1:29.5s to make this a thing. It's a lot of work, because I don't think it'll be pure straight line speed. I think it'll be about handling and increasing my lap time. Not taking penalties would be a good one. So that was Mr. Mahi again behind us. Inestrosa's currently in 5th, running laps. Lap 33 done a 1:31.1. Mr. Boubois about to get lapped again. Mr. Yamanaka making room, you're a gentleman. He does it again. And it gives a nice little tap just to get us around the corner. That's beautiful. Helped us to purple sector, so can't knock him for that. Well done. No damage. That rear right's starting to look on the edge. Come on, Mr. Suswillow. I'll probably have to turn off ASM. That'll make this car more handleable. Purple sector, second sector, so this could be our fastest lap of the race. Could we pop in a 1:29? Would that? Let's give it all the fuel map, just to get to the line. And we'll take it back a notch to 4. My word. 29.7, that's how you do it. Well too fast, all on the brakes. Eight minutes 47 seconds left. I have absolutely no idea, I can't do the math. Still faster again. That's because we came through the start-finish line at absolutely breakneck speed and then braked like a demon for turn one. Absolutely superb. And we're faster again. How is that even possible? Wowzers. Super light on fuel, aren't we? Felt like the clutch was giving up on it then. A genuine 29, but just outside our fastest lap because we are so low on fuel. We're going to have to keep running 29s to the end of the race to make that 39th lap, I think. Tenth down. Rear right's feeling ropey. I don't know if I can keep these lap times up. Naughty by Netto. .2 laps left to get us to the end of 39. I think we're going to struggle on fuel. Might just have to save a little bit. Six minutes is 4 laps. But I have to run them. I don't know what's going to happen here. I've got 6 seconds spare. Oh no, no. Oh, you silly boy. I changed down to first gear by accident. And I've just wasted 15 seconds. It was such a slow spin. Gonna miss the 39th lap by 15 seconds. That was all down to there. We had 7 seconds spare. I had to run every lap inside of 1:31. And I knew I was capable of that, but I changed down too early. Oh, what an absolute nightmare. It's a nightmare. I have to get back to the line before 4:30. I actually don't think I've got enough fuel. Map 6, I'm afraid. I'm running out. 6 seconds to get to the line. We're a second short at this point of the race. And half a lap of fuel. Oh, I've got the penalty there. I'm panicking now. Oh dear. Have to make it back to the line before 3 minutes for 2 more laps. To get it to the line. I'm making this tremendously difficult. .8 laps. I only have to, I'm 3 seconds short, 4 seconds short. I'm 4 seconds short of 40 laps. I had that. I had it. I had it in my grasp. Then I blew it on one, but I didn't. I've had 2 penalties, but I changed down to first gear and spun it, and that was my fault. I've not got the fuel to make it to the end anyway for 40th lap. I'm definitely going to make 39 and equal my previous record. But I'm going to run out of fuel. There's nothing I can do about that. But I know it's well within my grasp. I know it's well there. 2 minutes. I haven't got the fuel. That much I do know. One lap of fuel left. We'd need to be crossing the line with 1 minute 32. But we're going to do 39 laps, so we're going to improve over the F40. We're just going to be a couple of seconds shy, which I am disappointed at. I've done it again. I've got to stop doing that. Check gears don't work in this car. It kills the car. I'm not disappointed. I'm just frustrated with myself. Fastest lap 1:29.791. So we know it's well possible with that one stop on mediums. That's the recipe you need. Keep it in fuel map 5 from the start of the race. We don't need to run fuel map 4. Look, we're about to run out of fuel. End of this. 25 seconds to get back to the start finish. We've got no nitrous. That won't help us. "13 seconds to get back to the line. It ain't gonna happen. Not on 0.2's worth of fuel. 5 seconds. We can see it. We're almost there. We can see it. Here we go. 39 laps. Run out of fuel. Well possible. Well possible. 2 laps over everybody. 3 laps at 11th place. 4th laps over 19. Let's have a look at the leaderboard, see how we did. Yep, we're just behind Big Popper there on 39 laps, which is better than we're on the F40. The F40's now been rejected, and we're there in the top 10 list there. Look, we're there, still behind Big Popper, still behind Mr. Sphinx, still behind Mr. Maguire. It's almost midnight. I'm gonna have another go at this tomorrow, and I'm gonna bust those 40 laps. We'll get up there. We'll see you on the next one. Take care, folks. Adios.